is up? I am running fast as I can once again through the nether on my way to my base, and that looks relatively new. It's hard to tell when you're running through something with Optifine or running through something in F5 mode. I think that's relatively new, but I think it has been there. I think I've seen it before. We are once again running through the nether tunnel off towards my base so that we can get this episode started. And I realize I didn't even do any sort of introduction. So welcome, it is Rocky Tiger here, coming at you with another episode on the BeyondVanilla server. I believe we are all the way up to episode 19, and someone is asking me about my ink farm. That is correct. Please don't take my ink. It's my ink. I worked very hard on building that thing, and it hasn't been working too well consistently, so... Oh no. What did you do? What happened? I'm afraid to find out. Okie dokie. Let's go see what happened. So it looks like Shogun accidentally punched the sugarcane in the ink farm. So let's take a quick looky look and see how much damage has been done. Yep, I got you. We'll sleep real quick first. It's a little dark out. And boom, we have a new sleeping plugin. We've gotten rid of one of the multiplayer sleep, which just allows people to basically spam a bed, and we've replaced it with one of data pack from Vanilla Tweaks that is just a standard multiplayer sleep where I can set the percentage of how many players are needed for sleeping, but it also doesn't immediately skip through the night. That way we've got the ability for different players to set their spawns during the course of the night, so that way we no longer have any big major problems. This is no, wait, that is there. Okay, I was like, well, that's weird. That's not supposed to be there. Nope, that one was there. All right, let's take a look and see. It doesn't look like anything is overly damaged. He said he thought he replaced all of the sugarcane. At least the sugarcane that's here at the bottom doesn't appear to be missing, but I think there was some sugarcane up at the top that was. I placed these cobblestone blocks the other day because I noticed that there was something going on with my farm when I came down here and opened it up and found that there were 2.5 stacks of sugarcane in the chests, and all I thought was, oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all, and I couldn't really see any major amounts of damage to it. I don't think that there is too much. There was one spot where I think that there may still be some sugarcane missing, but the farm is so inconsistent with the number of people that are online who are loading up different chunks where squid can spawn that it's really hard to figure out exactly what the issues might be, whether it's because of a little bit of sugarcane that I think is still missing in this area, which is basically it serves the purpose of, if you look here, somewhere around here, it allows the squid to have an air block where they will fall to their dooms. And I thought somewhere around here there was a section where it was missing. You know, we're just going to hop into spectator mode for just a minute, and we're going to take a look and see what we can find, because I'm fairly certain that there was a spot where the sugarcane was not coming all the way up to the top anymore, but it's so hard to see. I think it's right around here, actually. No, maybe not. Maybe it did get replaced all the way. Maybe I'm delusional. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call that no harm, no foul. Everything looks fine. Everything looks safe. If it had been messed up, there are a couple things that I could do to fix it using Core Protect or just, let's see, I need to go this way back to my base. Using Core Protect or even just, replacing all the bamboo or sugarcane by hand would also work just fine. So nothing is ever broken to the point that it can't be repaired. Let's just head on back to our base and start actually working on this episode. So today, and speak of squid and they will appear, today we are starting off at this spot over here at my base with the ugly lighthouse that's going to be going away. Probably not on this episode, but we're going to start off over here. It's kind of a dock area. We've got a little fishing ship and this one singular pier. And we're going to be doing kind of a bit of terraforming over here. We're going to be building a retaining wall that's going to stretch all the way out from over there, coming around here, and going completely around this entire area. And it's going to be kind of a overhaul of this idea with just kind of a little dock and pier. We're going to build a retaining wall up, build an actual stair system coming up here to where this market is going to be, and then eventually the plan is going to be that somewhere right around here in this general plot, I'm going to build an inn/tavern where, the lovely swashbuckling sailors coming in off a hard day of fishing and moving goods will be able to get a drink and get some swill and maybe even get a good night's rest with shore leave, maybe some tavern wenches in there, that sort of family-friendly stuff. But what we're going to do is start working on that retaining wall, so there is going to be a lot of work to do, but I think I've got an idea of a multi-level kind of retaining wall area with an under level. It's going to be 2 levels. There's going to be 1 level down here with a walkway out over the water. Part of it's going to come in a little bit under on land. I can't talk. I know how I want it to look. I know what I'm aiming for. So maybe it's better just to go ahead and start the building process and start the digging process than to try and explain it, because my words are failing me, and that's probably because it's pretty late at night. So this is going to be the 3rd or 4th time that I'm trying to record the voiceover for this particular time lapse. It just never seems to come out exactly right. First, I tried to talk a little bit about the terraforming process and what my mindset was on this, on less is more by taking out a huge amount of land. Tried to throw in a couple jokes and it just really didn't work. And it's one of those things as a small YouTuber that I think is one of the more difficult things to develop, and that is commentary. Commentary in the moment, commentary when I'm actually playing the game and filming is really, really easy. It seems to come naturally to me. I'm not saying that I'm good at it. I just don't have a problem coming up with things to say. But as soon as you take me out of the environment and take me out of the game, I start to struggle. And I think that's something that needs to be said, is that making videos is not easy. It is fun, but it's not easy. And there are a lot of parts of it that some people are really good at, and there are a lot of parts of it that some people are really bad at. One player who I think seems to come off as really, really good at this are both Grian and I guess another player would be Mumbo Jumbo, who do a lot of third-person time lapses in their videos. Grians are absolutely masterful. If you don't watch Grian, I can't believe that you're watching this Minecraft video and not watching Grian. You should watch some of his build tutorial type of videos, because the cadence of his voice, the level of detail in his instruction, and just the overall ease that he presents and talks about. I can't even talk. This is horrible. It's just illustrating here how much difficulty I have doing this sort of voiceover afterwards. He makes it seem super easy. Both of them make it seem super easy, but I can promise you that even for them, it is not. Doing this sort of thing is extremely challenging. It can be very, very difficult to find the right words, and a lot of times they'll end up doing multiple takes just to try and get the voiceover right. Like I said, this is the 3rd or 4th time that I'm trying to do this. And what am I actually commentating on, or what should I be commentating on? Well, I should be commentating on whatever the heck I want to be commentating on. What am I actually commentating on is the difficulty that I'm having commentating. But Minecraft is a fun game, making videos is fun, so I'm going to keep on doing it, and I'll get better as I go along. But for anyone else who's a video creator out there, what is the most difficult thing that you personally find about making videos, whether it's for Minecraft or anything else? I'd love to know. Go ahead and pop a comment down in the comment box below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Alright, we've made some fantastic progress, and it is getting pretty late, and my dog is actually hitting me on the knee right now, telling me that it is time to go to bed. I am not kidding. He is the most adorable dog in the whole wide world. His name is Odin, and he is literally laying down there now. He's given up. So I'm going to be headed off for the night, and we'll continue this tomorrow morning. Alright, it's the next day, and I am on top of a tree. Because, well, the reason why anyone would reasonably be on top of a tree in Minecraft, there really seem to be only two reasons. Either one, I'm building a treehouse, or two, I need to chop down some wood. And in my case, I need to chop down some wood. Although a treehouse would be really cool build to do, I really just don't think it fits in with the overall theme of my base. So, back to tree chopping we go. For the second time-lapse of this video, I decided to show off a little bit of my build process for building this crane, because every dock area, every shipping area has to have a crane to get those heavy loads on and off a ship. It just makes sense, even with a more medieval sort of style build like this particular one is. I took inspiration from this after watching one of Grian's most recent Hermitcraft videos, where he goes and builds a game called Dig Straight Down, and part of that build for decoration, he built a rather large crane. I thought it looked really cool, so I decided to try and replicate it in the BeyondVanilla server. I think I did a pretty decent job, although I did mess up on a couple things and have to go back and rebuild. One thing, if you're looking at it right here, you can see is the counterweight on the back, all of that cobblestone. I built it too close to the actual, what would you want to call it, the main pillar of the crane itself. And it just, looking at it, doesn't look that great right there. I also ended up building the platform way too large, so it looked disproportionate to the rest of the crane itself. So that had to come down and get rebuilt as well. But in the end, I really liked the overall look and feel of it. I like the element that it adds to this particular build. This area that I'm referring to now as Dockside, and I think it's given me a couple of other ideas of some ships and boats that I could also add to this area. Maybe a small barge, maybe even just some rafts if I can figure out a way of making them look like they're tied together. Just different things that'll kind of flesh out this area. Looking at it also right now, that wall needs some serious help. It just kind of suddenly stops at the end there. So that's something that we're definitely going to have to take care of. Maybe in a future episode, maybe just in some off-video, non-recording time. It definitely is bothering me looking at it. Just here's the wall, and there it stops. But overall, I'm really liking the way that this area is starting to feel, and I can definitely see some cool things, get some really neat ideas for stuff that I'm going to build here in the future. So we've done quite a bit of work, we've gotten quite a bit accomplished. We still have a massive amount left to do on this project to extend this retaining wall all the way out past the lighthouse, as well as around the side of the old kind of ruined structure, because we want this retaining wall to basically come all the way to here. At the very least, right next to, I believe this is my kelp farm. So this retaining wall is going to have to extend around the side of this building, and yep, that's the kelp farm. So there's still quite a bit left to do over here, and then we want to extend it all the way out around here until I think we want it to reach at least this point right about here where the ocean kind of stops and then kind of it levels off. So I'm thinking we might dig out a little bit and extend the ocean, and we'll mark this with some spruce logs because I think this is going to be about where we want that retaining wall to kind of stop and peter off that direction, because there's not a whole lot of cliffside to retain anymore. So we've accomplished about what looks to be maybe a third or so of it so far, maybe less than that. But I can definitely tell how it is a marked improvement over the general landscape. It also kind of gives me an idea of where the wall itself will kind of extend to. Maybe the wall will come over and meet the retaining wall over at this section, or I might extend the whole thing and have it go back out and around that hill. I haven't really planned that particular far out, so we'll see. It's going to be a fun project. It's definitely changing the overall look and feel. I think what I want to do next is I want to add a little bit of wood down here at the bottom of each of these pillars, or I might have them be some stone brick. I'm not sure which is going to look better. I definitely want some more contrast and color in this area, so we're going to do a little bit of experimenting and see what we can come up with. Let's just take a quick look and see what looks best. I'm not certain which one looks best. I don't know whether it looks better to have the extra contrast over here with the, I think it's just spruce stairs, or if it looks better to have it all continuous and have it be the stone brick stairs. I could see it going either way, but my personal opinion is I'm leaning towards the stone brick versus the spruce stairs, but I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think looks better? Leave a comment down in the comment section. Tell me which one you think is going to go better with this overall build. I'm thinking that the stone bricks are going to be the way that I end up going, but I want to see what your opinion is. I may have to figure out a different way of adding some contrast to this build, but until then, that is all the time I have for today. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you really like the video, you can go ahead and subscribe. Please leave comments. It really does help. Kind of fun to get different feedback, and I will see you all next time. Bye.